Okay, the next part of this lesson is question 16. What you're going to have is, instead of having numbers, you're just going to have a bunch of letters, but we're still going to follow the same process to get the radical by itself and then uh, undo that radical. So here, the goal is to get this by itself. So if you think about, you need to move this a to the other side of the equal sign. It's a plus. So to undo addition, you're going to use subtraction. So we're going to subtract a from both sides. You're going to be left with this. This is the nth root of b minus c. So we've gotten that radical by itself. Now we're going to undo that. This isn't a square root, it's an nth root. So we're going to raise both sides to the nth power. If this was a fifth root, raise it to the fifth power. 10th root, raise it to the 10th power. Raising it to the nth and taking the nth root, those are inverse operations. So you're going to be left with negative a to the n equals b minus c. We want to solve for b, so our goal is to get b by itself. So in this next step, we can add c to both sides, and that's going to get b by itself. So this is going to be, oh, this is a b. And this is going to be our solution here. All right, so can you pause this video, do number 14 and 15? When you're done, come back and I will show you the solutions for those. All right, so let's take a look at 14 and 15. For 14, very common mistake. There's no symbol here. Only multiplication can be done without a symbol. So this is a times that square root. So to undo multiplication, we're going to use division. If you did subtraction, that's a very common mistake. So you're going to have v divided by a equals the square root of 4 times c plus d. We've gotten that square root by itself. Now we're going to square both sides. Squaring a square root, inverse operations, undoes one another. So v divided by a squared equals 4 times c plus d. Our goal is to solve this for d. So we're just going to subtract that 4c. So you have v divided by a squared minus 4c is equal to d. That's the solution for 14. Okay, for 15, you're trying to solve for x. This is already isolated, so you can raise both sides to the third power because it's taking the third root. X minus 2y equals z to the third. You want to get x by itself, so you're going to add the 2y over to the other side of the equation. X is equal to z to the third plus 2y. And x is by itself, so there is your solution. Okay, so at this point of the lesson, we've learned two skills: how to solve a radical equation for x, and now how to solve a radical equation for a specific variable or letter when it's basically all letters.